following program may contain coarse language, suggestive dialogue, and discussion of violent imagery and sexual situations. It is intended for mature listeners who can tell the difference between facts and opinions.
It's the reason why it's important that Ichigo is all the things on this episode of the Toonami Faithful podcast. I am your host, Sketch, and with me I have...
Streaming Steven on the stream.
And back after a little break.
A Toy Rider, Laser Kid.
And joining him.
Laser Kid's co-host on not Toonami Faithful, sorry, the Simuldub Saints podcast, Archangel.
You've taken over Toonami Faithful? What happened?
Oh my god.
Not yet, I'm working on it. But
Please.
my master plan is ruined now.
Please.
Please,
take
Please
it.
Yeah, scheduling, take it right now.
Take it.
Oh,
Take
God.
it. No takesies backsies. Jose got me with that back in 2014.
But what
We
about
are
the
here
world
to-
domination and pie?
Yes, exactly. We are here to talk about two interesting episodes of Bleach. But first, it's this week's episode of Mashle, Magic and Muscles. The Divine Visionary Chunin exam continues.
I see what you did there.
In episode 17, Finn, Ames, and the Friend. This time, the opening narration explains the existence of special wands and the special people that are chosen by the wands. It must be important, because they're pointing it out right now.
Yes.
In this part of the exam, it's a team battle, but to Finn's dismay, he is currently separated from his teammates Mash and Dot, and he has the only remaining crystal because those two idiots immediately broke theirs.
Hey, I better be careful. It drops it immediately.
It does look pretty fragile. Though, throughout this episode, Finn is clutching that thing pretty hard. I'm like, man, how hard did they drop them?
I think Finn has a lot less hand strength than the other guys.
Oh, that does make sense.
Just a guess.
Yes, that does make sense. So, yeah, it's a team battle, but they're all separated at first. So that means Finn has to figure out something on his own for a bit. And he is pretty good at hiding. He can actually kind of make himself into a wall, sort of.
I am
mentally,
part of the wall.
At
The
least.
wall is a part of me.
Man, Usopp wishes he had that power.
Usopp would die for that power, literally.
But he is unlucky enough to be spotted by Carpaccio, who just took out another student. And wouldn't you know it, Carpaccio is another one of those weaklings don't deserve to live type characters.
There are so many of those in this world.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's kind of a...
It's almost
of a
like it's a
thing.
society completely built on unthinking privilege.
Yes,
Just as if.
exactly.
Yeah.
I think you might
That's
have a
the-
point there.
Yeah, that's like it occurred to me while rewatching it in preparation for this that like the theme of this whole show is check your privilege.
Or Mash will check it for you.
Yeah.
Well, exactly. MASH represents reality. The hard, physical reality.
Yes. Yes, indeed. So, Carpaccio's kind of a big deal, is a bit of a prodigy, and a lot of people are vying for them to win this competition. But elsewhere, Margaret gets real Hisoka, like thinking about Carpaccio and how they're very talented but not quite ripe yet.
That was a bit of an
Which,
Hisoka
yeah.
moment, yeah.
Yeah, which, hey, phrasing.
Oh gosh, Ark, if I ever show you Hunter x Hunter, you're gonna be saying that all day.
Man, when
Oh.
Margaret's like, I want to thank you, mother and father, for bringing me into this world.
That was a lovely sentiment, I thought.
It was.
But in abstract, at least.
Yes. And that's not the only Shonen Jump series that's going to be alluded to later in this episode.
Oh,
Yeah.
No. We're not there yet. I suppose up to this point, we haven't actually seen Finn use his specialized magic in any instance. And now we're going to find out what it is. And he does keep it secret from Carpaccio long enough for him to get away. And he has a specialized magic that allows him to swap the locations of two objects. So he swaps locations with Carpaccio and the knocked out guy. That's actually not that far of a distance, really. But I guess
And
it was something.
that turns out to be the problem with that plan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
should have. Maybe you can only swap things you could see. I don't know.
or that you know where they are, or maybe there's just a distance range, or maybe he's just panicking. Who knows?
Yeah,
Or maybe
Oh.
that guy's dead and he can only swap people who are alive.
Well, he did swap them,
Oh,
but
Yeah.
okay. Well, then there goes
I
my
don't
theory.
think he was dead.
no, he's
No,
not
they-
dead. He's just really beat up.
They
we
make
can-
a big deal about death later on, so I don't think that happened.
Right.
We can pretty well determine
He's
what
not quite
what
dead.
what
Not
kind
quite
of
dead yet.
damage was inflicted upon that poor guy.
Yeah.
Just a whole bunch of little stab wounds all over their body somehow. It must be magic. Creates a lot of blood though.
Magic stabs.
Magic stabs. Oh,
Just
you got
magic
some
blood, you
magic
know.
there? Let me take a stab at it.
It's just magic blood coming out of you. It's not like real blood, but you feel the pain.
Yeah, it's like fake blood.
Just like ketchup, coming out
Yeah.
of you.
just
Yep.
sauce splatter every time. It's like you can't actually make you bleed. He can just make you feel pain, right? Yeah, makes perfect sense.
Which is worse?
Yeah, totally. But yeah, Carpaccio catches up to him pretty fast, but he was a little impressed that Finn got the better hand of him in that moment, but now he's really mad and starts using his unique magic, which he has his special wand that is really gross looking. And anytime any damage is inflicted upon Carpaccio, it is then passed on to the other person. And that includes whenever Carpaccio decides to attack themselves.
Yeah, that was a moment.
That's not fair.
No.
Not fair at all.
As stated in the show itself, it's an attack you can't dodge.
Yeah, there's no way to dodge that. It could come from anywhere. That is 2 hacks. Please nerf. Please nerf.
Please nerf that one, yeah. You devs, nerf that.
Yeah. So now you understand why Max and that other student earlier in this episode were just bloodied and battered so much, is because Carpaccio just repeatedly stabbed themselves.
And like anyone who's got a god build, especially one that they were just handed by the devs, didn't even pay for, you know how people are on the internet? Well, this guy's like that in real life. Arrogant as all hell.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And even the crowd can barely watch this bloodbath, but
Dude, that guy's
Finn-
gonna kill someone. What's wrong with this guy?
you gotta hand it to Finn. Despite all the pain he's going through, he refuses to give up on that crystal.
Oh,
But like I said, he's
yeah.
gripping it really hard. I was getting a
Finn
little nervous
is-
about that.
Finn is
Thankfully,
quite
he's
impressive.
able to hold out just long enough for Mash to arrive, and Mash is like, "Yes, you held out long enough for me to arrive." Way to announce yourself, dude.
That's what he does.
It is. It is. But for once, Mash seems to have a problem that a strong punch is not going to easily solve. Because
That's
any damage he gives to
true.
Carpaccio is directed right back at him. But this is where Mash's just absolutely ridiculous durability comes in. Because Mash just keeps on hitting him.
He
And
pulls
hitting
a
him.
Star Platinum and just goes,
And hitting him. And he persists until the goddess nurse that is protecting Carpaccio starts to crack. And Carpaccio realizes, oh, wow, it might actually have a damage limit. And I think it's going to hit it. But that's when the goddess gets all serious. And now Mash has to dodge really big syringes. Which he does. And then, well, I don't think any of us saw this coming. Mash decides to pull out his wand. And everybody's like, a wand? What's he going to do with that?
The
He
funniest thing in the
proceeds
entire show.
to mold it into a tennis racket.
This is the thing I've been lampshading this whole time. This is
And
my
he
favorite
rallies with the goddess until it receives so much damage it can't continue. And then Mash turns to it and says, Mata Mata Dane. He didn't, but it would be good if it would.
thing. Oh god.
And now without the goddess's protection, all it takes is one more blow to take down Carpaccio, and he feels pain for the first time in his life.
Right. Well, he wanted to feel pain. So when Mash punches him in the head, my invariable reaction is to quote the Joker from Dark or Ledger Joker: "Never start with the head. The victim gets all fuzzy."
That's a good point.
Yeah.
point.
Well, I mean, Mash isn't a sadistic fuckhead, but
Right? Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, all it takes is that one good punch, and he's even like, I've never felt pain in my life, not even since childbirth. Like, I had this power all of my life. Like, okay, that's hacks. Pain is necessary for you to, have defense mechanisms.
I think he must have blown up a lot of radiators and stuff as a kid.
Probably.
It also explains a lot about the mindset. How can you empathize with someone who's in pain if you literally don't know what that feels like?
Exactly. And-
He even comments, wait, this is what that feels like? And this guy felt so much worse and moved on? What is this?
Yeah. It's like, oh, that was painful. And that guy suffered incredible pain for the sake of others. Why would he do that? And that is to say, there has never been a kid more in need of an ass whooping than Carpaccio.
Amen.
Pretty
This
much
kid-
everyone needs a whooping at some point in their life.
But he really needed to feel one.
He needed to understand that, oh, hurting people is bad, you guys.
Yeah. Funny that. Yeah. No pain, no gain, huh?
Apparently. What's
I'm a-
this is- Sorry,
Go ahead. You go
Okay.
ahead.
I'll try to keep this very, very brief, but Finn's not giving up here reminds me in a weird sort of way of this short story from, of all things, Warhammer 40k, that I haven't actually read it, but I've had it described to me, which is it's a short about a lone Imperial Guardsman, who are just normal people, coming up against a Chaos Space Marine, who, if you don't know 40k, basically they're very bad people who, from an ordinary human's point of view with ordinary gear, you literally cannot hurt them, let alone kill them. But this guy, even though he's terrified, he's screaming, he's literally staring down the heart of darkness, he fires until his weapon is empty. He starts hitting this big thing with it, and the Chaos Marine is standing there like, what is going on? He's not being hurt. He's just standing there confused. why is this creature not accepting its inevitable death? He can't figure it out, and it's that sane human spirit.
Yeah, that tracks.
Obviously not to the same ridiculous degree, but it's 40K.
I see. Yeah, that was the gag that had laser and stitches that he kept alluding to. And
Yes.
hilarious.
It is pretty great in my opinion.
Oh, it's amazing.
You can go ahead and tell me, does the wand just go back to normal?
Yes.
Good.
Wait, does it do it on its own? I always assumed that MASH just did it off camera.
I assume the same.
As far as I know, it's literally just a hunk of iron.
The thing that I love is that he scars out the lines and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's the part that slayed me. Like, okay, he made it into he pulled it open and made it a little, racket, fine. But then he doesn't stop with that. He just I'm gonna keep going.
Typically those lines are like made of a different material, even.
Yeah,
right.
I suppose
it's a net, but that's kind of important because if you think about aerodynamics, if you try to use a solid tennis racket, you'll have too much air resistance to really do anything with it. So while I'm sure you could power through it, it wasn't wasted effort to make it into a proper racket.
No, it's the fact that he could do that. It's just like, what the heck, guy?
And where did the ball come from? Was that just... What was that?
I couldn't
It must
figure
have
that
been
out.
part of the wand, but I think the actual answer is shut up. But
I think he just picked it up somewhere, but I don't know why it was there.
Could have been some kind of debris. I don't know.
That's kind of what
either that or it
running
was part of the wand. But yeah, I think the official answer is don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Doesn't matter.
Pretty much.
It's a gag. It's a good gag.
Yeah. It's amazing.
It's a gag. It's a good gag. And next time you see the wand, it's back to normal.
Yeah. But I love that. It is just amazing.
The crowd's reaction is too good.
Oh, yes.
They're like, what?
Oh, yeah, and it's like, great exposition, folks. Give yourselves a round of applause.
The headmaster occasionally peeking in is always so befuddled. I love it.
Yeah.
They're like, whoa, he took down somebody with a super special wand. This kid's going places. Yeah.
It's just such a great delight to watch.
I didn't think Carpaccio was going to go out in one episode. one and a quarter, something like that. But can't say I'm disappointed. Like, I don't like their whole deal is tiresome. The thing is, almost everybody has the same deal. That's tiresome.
Well, I don't like it when anime dwells too long on characters like that being evil. It's like, once you've made the point, move on. Otherwise, it's just sick.
Though Margaret did mention that Carpaccio always seemed like the kind of student that didn't really care about labels or awards and just wanted to go after true power like Margaret did, and was kind of disappointed that he was also trying to get Divine Visionary, but figured that maybe Ordle also gave him orders. Could be.
Maybe.
How much is this guy gonna meddle, really?
Too much.
Much as he can.
As much as he can. Yeah. Huh. Wonder what Dot got up to in this entire time. Maybe
That
we'll
is
find
a
out.
good question.
We shall see, I'm sure.
Well, I mean, he doesn't have to worry about losing a crystal, so
that's
he
true.
can kind of do whatever. Yeah, good job, Finn. Good job. You held
Finn
out.
MVP.
Yeah. It really is. Really is. And once again, Mash has given a beat down to somebody who really, really needed one. And once again, they've had their come to Jesus moment. A little bit.
He did. I actually kind of love that because this guy is perfectly hateable in all the ways you want to hate a bad guy.
Mhm.
But then A, it made sense. B, like Ark said, it didn't dwell on it too much, just enough to get the point across. And C, the quote unquote redemption, it makes sense. New information. Oh wait, pain is bad. You could be told a thing a million times and not get it until it happens to you.
Totally.
I've seen this happen with people.
Mm-hmm.
So it's entirely believable.
Yeah. It is quite believable, to be honest. Well, Steven, what did you think of this episode of Mashle?
Man, it was crazy. That was a fun episode to watch. I mean, because you're watching it, you don't know what's going on, and it's like, okay, you're basically waiting for Mash to do something because he's the comic relief in the whole thing, and he's the one that's going through it, and so you're trying to figure out how his path relates to everything. But then, just first off, we'll get to that wand, not the racket wand that Mash has, but that heart wand. Man, what kind of idiot designed a heart wand like that? Just stuck a heart on it. You know, it like impaled it, and it's got like little fleshy things hanging off of it.
Look,
It's
he wanted to see if he could do a heart attack.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I've been holding on to that all night.
That was fantastic, Laser. That was fantastic.
I hope that you can feel my contempt ray through the internet, LK.
You're welcome, Mark.
Aside from that, just having Mash take his wand out, create his own weapon, because there was like almost nothing around him, and just smack him over the head with that racket.
So
That had
satisfying.
been like a 10 out of 10 scene, because that guy deserved it, first off. Second of off, like that's the only thing like you can do at that point. Because I mean, he could like feel no pain or anything else. It's like that guy is like he's done. The match is over. Game, set, match. You know, it was amazing. And then having all the other like students watch him do that. Like if they know he has no power at this point, they know do not go up against him now. Like he just turned a wand into a racket, and it's like, oh, okay. So, I am interested to where it goes from here, but at this point, man, I don't care. It's like if we keep getting more stupid stuff like that, that's fun.
Yeah, truly. What's the plot even matter at this point?
It has a plot, and we'll see it here before it's over. But that's not the point of Mashle.
Oh, I like this comment from Mr. AJ Tibb in the chat. I think this is my favorite episode of Mashle. I love that Finn got to prove that even though he's not as strong as Mash or as crazy in magic like Dot or Lance, he's still one of the strongest characters. Also, the tennis bit had me in tears the first time I watched it.
Hey, Tim, you and me, we're in the same boat.
Yep. 100% on Finn.
Oh, absolutely. This is probably my favorite episode because of all of the factors. It's funny. It's got a point to make. You get to have a bad guy get his comeuppance. What's not to love?
Truly. And Paul, what did you think of this episode of Mashle?
Hi.
A wild Paul appears.
Oh, he does. And he does indeed. That was an interesting way to use that wand. I mean,
Yes.
is that really a wand, or was it really supposed to be meant to
I mean, it was a wand that was stuck in a holy fountain, a fairy fountain, something like that, and he just pulled it right out.
Actually, answer me a question, because maybe I missed this, and I was thinking about this after I watched the episode. Is that supposed to be one of those rare wands?
That's a good question.
Hmm.
It certainly leads you to wonder.
It could be.
It could
I
be. It's
mean-
not stated it is. It's not stated it isn't.
I mean,
Not in
he-
the opening
mean,
bit, is it?
There's supposed to be 12 of them, right? So how many others are currently accounted for, I would wonder.
Mm. I mean,
Or maybe
obviously
it's
he
the
can't.
one blonde.
And
to
I'm
rule
not
them all.
actually being coy. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean that was my thought. I was like, Is this
I
supposed to
agree
be
with
one of
you
them?
though. I agree with you. It
Yeah.
has that aura where it's like, think about it. Yes, Mash is ridiculous that he pulled it apart like that, but the fact that that can be done to it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
iron isn't supposed to be ductile like that.
Yeah, and it lends it lends further to the belief that what Mashle is maybe some kind of magic, because if he's able to do that with an iron wand, which you shouldn't be, like you said, doing that with an iron, maybe there is something to that.
Are you
Because
saying it's a kind of magic?
sure.
I got Highlander
way-
going on in here.
By the way, like, you gotta be really fucked up to like keep hitting a guy and basically beating your own ass. Like,
He's got that pain tolerance.
oh my
Yeah.
god. Like he's
Matt-
literally like stone faced, and he's like just continuing to beat him and beat him and beat him. And it's like, dude, you're literally bleeding. Are you okay? Do you know what your name is?
People who are used to receiving violence don't deal with pain the same way normal people do. I've seen that
Mm.
Oh, my
firsthand.
lord.
You know, whether they just, you know, I've seen this a lot with people who do martial arts or were infantrymen, things like that. You know,
Yeah.
where you're just used to the world smacking you around.
It was just it was just very weird, because I'm like, okay, this dude is definitely like not the norm. And I
Oh,
don't understand like how he can do that and not be like dead on the ground at this point. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was
Well.
interesting.
His extraordinary strength goes along with extraordinary pain tolerance and extraordinary durability.
And then like the
His
bad
pain
guy,
tolerance was actually higher than Carpaccio's, it seems.
true. And then the bad guy's just like laying there in a pool of blood, like, oh my god, this is how it feels. Holy shit, I've been an asshole these years. And I'm just sitting here
Yes,
going,
you
no
have.
shit. It's like, no shit. You basically killed that one guy just like a few minutes ago.
yeah.
So it's like, holy
That
shit.
moment
like,
when you realize you were the asshole. I hate that
Uh-huh.
feeling.
Yeah.
by the way, I find it hilarious that they broke those two crystals, and obviously, what's his name had the one, and the whole time, all, all Mashle did was just beat the crap out of the dude, destroyed that crystal, and then shortly after that, it was pretty much over. So it's
Yep.
like, oh, okay, all right. I guess one crystal was all they needed. So, yeah. But
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
As-
there's
as
one
long as
had
they
to
keep
survive.
Finn safe, they win. I'm sure that will only get more difficult.
oh, it's going to be. I mean, eventually they're all going to have to face each other.
But on the because Lance is on the other team, and
Well, I
He's
think that was just for that round.
he's
But
not going to pull any punches.
true.
Well,
He's
this
got
is
a
the round.
sister
This is the
stuck.
round that Lance is on the other team. On Margaret's team, no less.
By the way, what was so basically? I mean, all right, I'll just say it. Do these rare wands have stands? Like,
Certainly looked like it.
I kind of
is that what that was supposed to be? Because it's basically JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
It's
Like,
almost certainly a reference to it.
oh, it
Yeah,
is.
it
Absolutely.
definitely reminded me of a stand, and it also reminded me of like Pito's power in Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah.
That Nen manifestation.
So,
More Hunter x Hunter.
Hunter x Hunter.
I was thinking that the wands are basically the embodiment of whatever that thing is. And so the wands are
Oh yeah.
like
Yeah, that makes
basically you
sense.
have the wand, and now since you're activating its power, that thing behind you is like the embodiment of it, and it can protect you a bit further than the wand. And so um
Yeah.
since Mash's wand, since he has strength, Mash's wand increases its like durability because it is now taking Mash's strength and multiplying it, and so that's why maybe he's
yeah.
stronger. I don't know. Even though he might not have any power, the
Hmm.
wand still plays a part in it because it senses the power that he has. And so these wands already have the, I would assume, the first user, because that would be the first user in it. And so when the wand passes on and the user dies, it finds a new host.
Mhm.
It's like symbiotic or some type of parasitic relationship.
Hmm.
Maybe.
I
I
mean,
don't know.
no, you're onto something. You're definitely onto something.
Yeah,
I think
I
that would
don't
be
think there's
good.
anything to contradict that. I can
No,
recall.
Yeah.
I would go with that as well. I think that's
I
a
mean,
good
based
that's a
on
good thing.
how we've seen how Carpaccio's wand operated, and also how Rain's wand operated, I think you're onto something.
But the one thing that the thought just came to me, like, one thing. So Mashl's dad is not really his dad. It's basically his adopted dad, right? Am I right to
Right.
write that?
Yes,
Yeah.
Rigo
Regro's
Fandom.
his adopted father.
So my
We
question
have
is,
no
are we,
idea who his lineage
so you know where I'm going.
is, but
you know where I'm
Innocent
going with
Zero
this.
seems to imply that he's one of them.
Yeah. So it makes me wonder if this is one of those situations where Matt, and we see this all the time in animes where, you have a human with somebody that has magic, and now you got some hybrid person that's magic. And there was, I don't think it was this episode, I think it was the previous episode. I actually didn't point this out. With, or well, I think Sketch pointed it out, but how like there's the standard two lines, but then some have the third line, which means get the fuck out of the way because they're gonna kill you. I was sitting there thinking to myself, I'm like, what if somehow, and maybe this does happen, and because I don't read the manga or I haven't seen it yet, but I'm sitting here thinking to myself, what if eventually Mashle, it does come out that Mashle has magic. This is just his magic. He's a hybrid in a sense because they've never seen this. And what happens if like Mashle has some kind of weird line, but we just haven't seen it yet?
Yeah. Sometimes lines appear and disappear, like with
Yeah.
Rain.
Well, then a lot of idiots are going to have to eat a lot of crow.
I
They'll refuse,
Yeah.
of course, but because people are
mean,
like
that
that.
kind of. I don't want that to happen because that
No, I
sort of
don't.
defeats the purpose.
It's sort of,
I don't.
it makes it more like, oh, well, then see, he had magic all along, so our philosophy was correct.
Yeah,
much
we
Well-
better
don't.
if
We don't
we
want
don't-
that.
Yeah.
Have
So-
magic. The world has to reconsider itself.
Let
Mhm.
me kind of further like expand on that just a little bit. When I say like he's a hybrid, I'm not necessarily saying that he has magic. This is a whole different new thing when it comes to magic. So instead of him being able to cast something, or like the guy that he defeated, like he gets a special wand in the sense that this stand like creature appears behind him and protects him and whatever. Um Instead, he is the magic. He is this is what but it's a specific, like his magic is something that they've never seen before. So in a way, and maybe I'm explaining this completely wrong and I apologize, but in a way, if people are getting what I'm saying, he is different. So it goes to the point of, well, yes, there might be magic, but now we have something different, and you have to accept that different going forward. Because
I mean,
we haven't
the
seen
problem I still have with that is it's still a form of magic, so they can still easily go, well, yeah, we're all fine here. It really is better if he has
true.
if there's nothing magical about him.
But on
Mhm.
the flip side, it's like what explains this? There's going to be something that explains this eventually.
I think you're
Because
watching the wrong show if you're looking for explanations.
Or maybe there never be an explanation because
that's
this
true.
is a
No, I know
parody.
too.
Yes.
This is a satire,
Which is-
sir. We don't explain shit.
This is like
Which is
asking
fine.
Bobobo to explain itself.
Which again, I mean,
Oh,
Well, to
man.
be
it's
fair,
fine.
Bobobo would explain
Bobobo versus
itself at
Mash.
length.
Let's go.
Yeah, Bobobo would explain itself at length, and it would make less sense than the show itself.
I mean, you're not wrong.
You know, I would love to see Bobobo
Oh, yes.
face off with Yuabaha.
Oh my god, yes.
I mean, I guess it makes sense because Mashle is basically One Punch Man. So I mean, and we still don't understand like why he is as strong as he is. So I mean, it does make sense that way. I'm just saying if they do come to a conclusion of what this really is, you know, I'm interested to see what it is. Like if it is magic or if this is something completely different and not magic and this is just something new. You know, I don't know. I don't know how to explain that, honestly, cuz what magic is what this if it's not magic, you know what I mean? Do you call him One Punch Man? I don't know. Like, you know, I mean, the dude just took a wand and basically turned it into a racket and beat the crap out of a stand.
I got a question
So-
for you, Paul.
Yeah.
So what do you believe? How did Mash get his magic, or how did he get his powers? Right? Did he lift weights and do all his training, or was he gifted it?
Mm.
That's a
It-
good question
th-
because
I think that's the crux of your question
it
about
is.
what's
Well, he
everything
certainly
going on.
trains a lot.
Well, but here's the thing that's why this series attracts me is because it's like I want to know that mystery.
And
I
we've seen
wanna
him
know-
training as a kid, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah.
We did
And
a
it
little
was,
bit.
in fact, quite ridiculous.
Yeah, Regro was
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
what the?
Right. To my mind, this is just in general. Talent raises your skill floor in many cases, and it can raise your skill ceiling in whatever it is. But you're still going to be at the bottom of that curve if you don't put in the work.
Right.
And if you haven't put in any work, then if you didn't do something, you have no right to be proud of it.
Right.
At least in that sense of pride.
So to kind of answer you, Steven, I think what I would at least like to know is like who his parents were, because I think that would kind of give me a little bit more of, okay, now maybe I understand, because there seems to be something there, but then are we just never gonna find out, or is this one of those things where it's like eventually you're all of a sudden like, oh, maybe this is why he's as strong as he is, because I guess for me, and maybe I take this series too to Laser's point, maybe I take it too seriously, but it's like is like I feel like if he was able to achieve this just as a normal human and, get the superhuman strength. Because we're talking about a kid that basically is Superman at this point, which is part of the parody. I get it, whatever. But if he was able to do that, why haven't other humans been able to do that? I guess that's the question. And
Well,
that's the question.
Gotta get good.
Maybe. Or maybe he's just One Punch Man in disguise. I don't know. Whatever.
Look, the very first episode was called Mash Burned Dead in the Body of the Gods. It's kind of implies something.
It does. And that's another thing. There's hints. So it's like, okay, but if this is just a parody, then why do you keep hinting that he's like
because it's
something?
Fun.
True. So
you're looking for answers in
by the way,
the wrong places.
I don't want to piss off too many people, but I actually like this more than One Punch Man. I'm sorry.
I actually do too. And I like One Punch Man. Although One Punch Man Season 3 kinda, from what I've heard, yeah.
I mean, One Punch Man Season 2 kind of went on a downturn as well. So
yes, and from what I've heard, 3 is even worse.
It's an easy mark when you compare the anime.
I haven't watched any or read any One Punch Man, but I always wonder like how long can you keep up that shtick without it getting old?
Season 1 worked really, really well. I will say that.
Okay.
Yeah, hard to say. I think they did some interesting things in Season 2.
How the story of Season 2 was great.
They've managed to kind of deter the necessity of busting out Saitama. Like, I guess it kind of helps that he's honestly very lazy, so he's not going to step up unless he absolutely has to. So, business can proceed as usual, really. But yeah. Another wonderfully ridiculous episode of Mashle. And there was a game review this week.
Ooh.
Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. Nice throwback to classic Ninja Gaiden.
I completely missed that.
Yeah, I didn't get to see that either, but that's really cool. That's a game I've had my eyes on.
Yeah, they gave it an 8 out of 10, and that doesn't surprise me. They give an 8 out of pretty much everything. But I have to ask, why are they always playing 8 out of 10 games? Where are the 9 out of 10? Where's the 10 out of 10 games?
Give us the good stuff.
They're a little bit they're holding back.
It's like it's fine if you want to constantly play 8 out of 10 games, but at some point it kind of feels like you're just playing those ones because they're faster to get through. But
just as if.
Just
of course,
just,
I mean,
just an
well, if I've learned anything from IGN and so forth, is that you don't need to play a game to review it. That's just silly talk.
Oh no, of course not.
That's silly people. Silly people do that.
That's peasant attitude.
We don't talk about IGN around these parts.
But of course, the people that developed Ninja Gaiden don't really do Ninja Gaiden type games anymore. Not that kind. So it's actually developed by the Game Kitchen, who did Blasphemous and other indie games. And it looks like they did a great job. Looks like a solid Ninja Gaiden type game.
That makes me excited. I love my old school Ninja Gaidens.
Give it a whirl. Probably worth picking up on Steam on a sale one of these days. Yeah. I guess it's time to talk about Bleach. The 1,000-Year Blood War. The
Ark,
conflict.
are you going to stick with us for this madness, or are you out?
I'll hang around for now at least.
Oh man!
Probably won't
you're in for one.
Oh man!
Have fun.
Height of ridiculousness. Here we go.
No, you're not wrong about that.
When we last left off, Shunjimaru had the Quincy's caught up in her Bankai, and Ichibei had renamed Yuabaha as Black Ant and smashed him like a bug. And the first half of this episode 27 basically just redid that. Just just a recap. I thought I was watching One Piece for a moment. But yeah, all of that happened. Or did it?
Dun,
Or
dun,
did it?
dun.
Because, yes, once again, we're flip-flopping. Because Yuabaha is once again resurrected because it was the 9th day or whatever. And now he can open his eyes and use his full power. And he's all like, I can't believe how far I could see without opening my eyes. Hey, buddy. Okay. But now we learn about his power. A. It stands for Almighty. And it probably should have been All-Seeing. But I digress.
You are the all-seeing and all-dancing crap of the world.
Yes. He can see everything, and anything he can see cannot defeat him. Hacks, please nerf.
This is what I want. What I knew about the eyes. So there you go.
Those darn eyes.
Those gosh darn eyes.
But Ichibe's all like, "Oh, you think you're still gonna win? Okay, now I'm gonna put on a kabuki show." That's right. He was doing a kabuki show, right?
I'm sorry, I think
so.
I just had a stroke. I don't smell toast, but I'm hearing weird things.
I might be mixing up traditions, but I'm pretty sure it was a kabuki thing. It really reminded me of Mr. The Door on One Piece.
The door is open.
Yeah. So he does a little dance, does a little show. It's very cool. He rattles on something about these are 100 graves from the future. These are your graves, yada yada. And Yuabaha's like, nah. Blast him into inky pieces. And Ichigo and his friends arrive too late once again.
Yeah, we're like, if they arrive too late, I don't know what I'm sitting here going, yep, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah, they sure did. And if you're wondering what happened to Shinjimaru, one moment she has Uryu caught in her Bankai, and then he's all like, yes, but Soul Reaper, is it not you who were caught in your own Bankai? What?
Yeah, Uryu did Stern Ritter shit.
What? What? Yeah, so she died. And well, yeah, Uryu actually did.
From
Stern
what I have
Ritter
been
shit.
told, Squad Zero got absolutely destroyed even faster in the manga. They added scenes for them to make it last a little longer. Which I understand people didn't like that this arc in the manga. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, it would be pretty disappointing if they got jobbed even faster. We got to rely on Ichigo to do everything, but we'll get to that.
Well,
so Uryu actually said he was fighting for something. Wonder what that thing was.
I wonder what it is as well. I have a guess, but I don't know.
Yeah.
He's not that hard to read, he's Uryu, but
yeah,
it's theory crafting at that point.
Yeah, pretty much. So now that Ichiko and his crew have rolled up, which includes Chad, Orihime, Ganju for some reason.
Hey, Ganju's fun. He's so relevant right now.
We trained him wrong as a joke. And Yoruichi's there too. Yeah, so they come upon a very in pieces Ichibe Hyosobe, and Ichigo starts hearing a voice. Says, Ichigo, call
I
my
am
name.
your father. Wait.
Call my name, Ichigo. Call my name. What? I'm hearing Osho. I'm hearing ESPN-H, the Ocho. So he says, Ichibe Hyosobe. The screen goes black, and then, poof, he's back. He he gave Orihime quite a stir.
You're not
And then he's-
Beetlejuice.
Yeah. And he explains there's power in the name, and just by speaking his name, he was able to siphon off some of Ichigo's power into him to revive him, but he's not nearly strong enough to continue fighting, so it's all up to Ichigo.
Well, it is the Ichigo show.
And in retrospect, that's just a laughable notion. Anyway. Oh boy. Now in the this actually is in the post credits part. Yuabaha's having a little chat with Daddy and tells him how he's going to kill him and rebuild the world, yada yada. And you see him stab his blade into the Soul King, into the crystal holding the Soul King. And that's the end of the episode. So we're going to move right on to the next one. Because of what all's been going on, the heavens are trembling along with every other realm. And Ichigo and the crew roll up on Yuabaha, who's been waiting for them in the chamber of the Soul King. And they notice he has some freaky eyes. Or Hime's the first one to notice. But of course he's all like, yes, this is what I foresaw, that you would come here to try and stop me. Rah. And Ichigo's like, what do you mean? What does he mean by that?
I wonder.
Mm-hmm. And then they kung fu fight. Well, not really. They fight with swords. Though I do love how Yuabaha's like, yes, you have those two blades now. Let's see how well they do, or if they'll break like the last one. Woo!
Ooh.
Sassy.
Well, I mean, he did break the last one in half, so you
Yeah,
know,
he did.
he can back it up at least.
Yeah. He's not just talk. He's not just talk, but he's just hacks.
He is indeed just hacks. All of the hacks. This episode may as well just be titled Hacks.
Yeah. So Ichigo and Yuabaha fight. They fight.
The Itchy and Scratchy show.
Yeah. They smash into the hot spring, the white hot spring, and they smash into the long hallway that Ichigo was walking through for a while, which has some significance. It's important what Ichigo experienced. And Ichigo thinks he's got the upper hand. But then Yuabaha's like, oh, I haven't even used my eyes yet. Uh-oh.
Now we're in trouble.
Meanwhile, back in the Serite, Kenny is recuperating. Good to see that he's not quite dead. And Uruhara and Noin are in the R&D discussing the motivations of the Quincy's. Now it's time for some exposition. Because when Ichigo was going through that training, he saw visions of the Soul King and all of that. So Yuabaha affirms that Ichigo saw how the Soul King Adonais was used to stabilize the three worlds. And though Adonais could see thousands of years into the future, even see how the Quincy's were eradicated, he still turned his back on them. So the
I love
Quincy
how
blood...
we've got Iwabaha now Adonai. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I actually kind of consider it flattering. It's like, okay, we're having fun with the name here. I get it.
We are. I mean, his A stands for Almighty. Yeah. But they pronounce it Adonius.
Yes.
or something like that.
Adonais is what I heard, yeah.
Adonais. It's like, it's
I was going to comment
Adonais.
on it eventually when we talked
Come
about it, so I'm glad
on.
you just said it. It's
We know it's Adonais.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, Quincy's don't like the Soul King, and the Quincy blood flowing through Ichigo's veins could never forgive the Soul King, according to Yuabaha. And we see Ichibei sitting by his lonesome, and he apologizes to the humans that they'd never be able to defeat Yuabaha. But not to worry, because after all, that's what peace is all about. Isn't that right, Yuabaha?
Yeah, I don't get what he's getting at there.
What does that mean?
Yeah, what does that even mean, Ichibei? Can you speak English?
That's not where I thought that line was gonna go. I
It's
thought
like,
you were
okay,
like,
oh, I have a countermeasure ready. Oh, something is gonna. That's what peace is all. What?
what? That's what peace is
How
all
does that
about.
even track? I don't get
What?
it, guy.
You're not making sense, old man. Not making sense. I do like this moment where now Yuabaha's like kind of cross-examining Ichigo's like, are you still gonna hold your sword up against me, knowing exactly what I'm here to do, knowing the sins of the Soul King? How can you possibly stand against me? And then he calls out Ichigo's savior complex, saying how arrogant it is to think no one else could save the three worlds. And Ichigo's like, well, maybe somebody else could do it, but this is my fight now.
They're not here, are they?
They ain't here.
Maybe
I'm the
they
only one
could.
here.
Maybe they could indeed,
If
but
not,
they're not
if
here.
not I, then who?
Yeah.
Like I was actually immediately like, bro, you just tell him, oh, stand down, let someone else fight. Who are we talking about?
Who are we talking about? Well, Yoruichi does get something in. So like, you
That's
talk
true.
so much that you're wide open.
That is
Like,
true.
yeah,
That was
yeah,
very
but you didn't really
satisfying
do
to
much.
see.
Didn't really do much.
No, it didn't, but it was still satisfying.
But there is a moment when Yuaba seems to be a little surprised by Ichigo getting immediately healed by Orihime. He's going, that's a
Her power
maybe you
cinders
didn't
for
see
all the
that
bad
one coming.
guys. He didn't.
Oh, but he truly foresaw all of this.
He did.
As he reveals that they're already too late, he's already stabbed the blade into the Soul King, and Ichigo's all like, all right, I'm gonna go pull it out. And in my mind, I'm thinking, he's not dead yet.
You pull it out,
Don't
he's gonna
pull
bleed
it out. Don't.
Yeah, Ichigo. If Ichigo wasn't already the biggest meathead in the world, I'd be like, dude, what happened to your intelligence? But it's Ichigo. He's not known for being that smart.
It's Ichigo. Oh, but the reasoning is so much more stupid. so much more brain-numbingly stupid. So he pulls it out. And Yuabaha's like, yes! Now, do it with your own hands! And his right arm, supposedly fueled by Yuabaha's spiritual pressure, is supercharged his Quincy blood's hatred of the Soul King. And he uses the sword to cleave right through the crystal holding the Soul King. And this is exactly what Yuabaha foresaw. It was only an individual with the blood of a human, a hollow, a fullbringer, a soul reaper, and a Quincy that could break the seal of the Soul King. This is the reason why Ichigo is all the things. And I hate it.
It's a reason. It's a reason. It's not the only one, at least I assume.
But
yeah, I get that. I think it's really interesting in that this is a horrifying incident for Ichi to go through. His own body's acting against his own will. It's acting on impulse, on instinct, and there's nothing he can do to stop it. He's helpless to watch himself do it. That is so terrifying. It's such a horrifying thing.
Oh man, he's going Chuny. No, right arm of destruction, not now.
I mean, yes, he can make a joke out of it, but I mean, if you think about it from Ichigo's point of view, That's
Oh
some
yeah,
body
it's
horror
absolutely
shit.
horrifying.
And I do think that is compelling. I think that's very interesting. The idea that it has to be all the things for the seal to break, I get where it's coming from, but I also get where you're coming from. Okay, that's all we're gonna do with this. I'm hoping that's not the case.
Like he even has to be a Fullbring? Really? That had to be?
They had to bring up a Fullbring. Hey, I'm happy. I'm like the one guy that likes the Fullbring arc. Like, I actually think the Fullbring arc is like
You
way
had to
better
be
than the
part
Eisen War.
Fullbringer. Could
Had to be a
could
thing, yes.
could Cell do it? Could Cell break the seal on the Soul
You know,
King?
if he had the blood from all of them, he probably could.
If he had the blood of all of them, yeah.
He'd
But
have to have he'd have to suck the DNA of all of the resident species. But then yes.
I'll suck the DNA of the Soul Reapers.
Yes.
Hollows have DNA as such?
Not yes, no, not really, sort of, kind of.
Don't think about
it.
Don't
Yeah.
think about it.
Okay, I'm not.
I know certain things enough to say yes, probably, but nah.
Oh, I forgot to mention, Rukia and Renji met up with other Soul Reapers, and they all went to R&D, and Uruharu's all like, "Oh yes, you're all here, as I need." And they're like, "Oh, come on, you didn't know." It's like, "Yes, but I do need you, very much so." And now that's all coming. Oof. Well, he broke the seal on the Soul King. Soul King's supposedly dead, and that's supposed to end the three worlds. So,
But now what?
now what? It's not
Good
going
riddance.
as fast as I thought it would.
There's definitely some kinks that are gonna have to be worked through.
Because right now it just kind of seems like the rumbling's happening.
Oh God. I promise you, this isn't gonna be that stupid.
No.
So what you're saying is it's
No.
going to be stupid.
I mean, yes.
Yes,
not gonna
it
be
is
that
stupid,
stupid.
but it's also theater.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh Lord,
Nobody gets that reference.
dear God, dear God, help me.
Oh, Paul, what do you think of all this madness?
Well, at least we figured out why the hell he has all of that in him.
That's probably not the only reason, but yeah.
No, I mean, Laser won't tell me if this is true or not, but if
I might have tried it.
if Yuabaha foresaw this, what's to say that the Soul King didn't foresee this as well and expected
Nothing.
this to happen?
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
There's no reason why that couldn't be the case.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it
Yeah.
is the case that he did, but there's no reason why it couldn't be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
I was thinking that myself because I'm like,
No, that's actually a fantastic observation that I hadn't thought of. But as soon as you say that, I'm like, you're
oh,
right.
thank you. I try.
Hey man,
So this
I will argue
whole
with you,
time
and I think you're wrong,
Yuabaha
but
thinks he's pulling all the strings when maybe not.
No,
I mean,
I don't think he's
even
pulling
knows
the
like,
strings.
oh, you foresaw all these things, and back of my head is, did you see this coming too, JoJo?
Well, I will simply observe that both in real life and in fiction, people are never so easy to fool as when they think they're fooling somebody else.
You know, that's actually a really good point.
That's a very good point. And
But-
we did see the current head captain going down to have a chat with everyone else's favorite mind manipulator.
Yes, we did. And that
And
is
lest we forget, Yuabaha already chatted with him earlier.
and Eisen already trolled him for it too. He's
But
like,
is that
oh yes,
all
your
Eisen
perception
did?
of time. Nah, I'm gonna screw with your perception of time because it's funny.
By the way, so I don't know. I guess first question, is the Soul King really dead?
Oh yes,
Um,
absolutely.
so he is really dead?
He is toast.
Okay.
They cleaved him
So
in
if that's the
half.
case- So okay, if that's the case, did the Soul King foresee somebody else taking that role?
Ah,
If you know where
maybe.
if you know where I'm leading with this,
Maybe.
because they
That
did say
is
Ichiko. Go ahead. Go ahead, Laser.
there is a long-standing fan theory in regards to that sort of thing that I don't want to get into right now, but there's a lot of questions about could he have been replaced by this or that or the other thing.
Okay.
Hmm.
Interesting. Well, so that's where I'm like, so since Ichigo is A B C D E whatever, that's basically what it is.
Ichigo's in
Like
alphabet soup.
Yes.
I thought I was literally sitting here thinking to myself, okay, so this dude's gonna probably be the Soul King at this point. But if it's not that clear cut, like,
Well, that is the actual fan theory. People do think he could have been.
yeah, then, well, see that's the thing. I'm trying to think of what the exact scene was, but somebody said, and I vaguely remember this. Um, what was the exact line? It was something about Ichigo, like there's a purpose for Ichigo, something along those. I can't remember the exact line. It's bothering me right now.
A lot of people
But
have said vague things about the
there was something
destiny of Ichigo.
that was said in Thousand Year Blood War where he had like, I think it was when he was going through the tunnel. Somebody had said something and I can't remember what it was, but it made me think like, huh, is there like a bigger thing here that we haven't seen happen yet? So,
Well, we're only halfway done, so
and there again, if he's
Probably.
not like, if he's not the Soul King, then what is it? Like, you know what I mean? So, and again, I mean, this is why like I was bringing this up in Mashle because it's like you always see in these animes like somebody that's not supposed to get together with this other group. You know, this woman and this guy get together. One happens to be a Soul Reaper in this case. One happens to be a Quincy, and you know they create this son that is, you know, all in one. So it's like, huh. And I mean, I hate to go back to the whole he's the chosen one kind of thing, but it's like,
You're the chosen one, Anakin.
I mean, but he doesn't like turn into Darth Vader, but it's like, I mean, he gets
No,
used as
that's
Vader,
me just teasing
basically.
That would be
you.
kind of
that's all.
amazing if he did, or at least briefly.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a non-zero chance that he would be like, you know what, Yumaha, you're right.
No, not even like that, but just like get driven crazy by this and just go a little cuckoo. Everyone's entitled to do that.
I mean,
Well, after
Ichiko at
what-
this point is more than like warranted in doing that because honestly, he's been through a lot of shit.
After what he just
Right.
did, going off the deep end would not be out of character.
No.
Because he could get it into his mind that no matter what he does, he's gonna screw it up.
Mm.
And
Good
he
point.
does have that much self-loathing in him. But probably not as much self-loathing as Uryu has.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
And that's a whole nother like,
Oh, Uri is an absolute hot mess.
yeah, that's a whole other thing is like, okay, so
That's
what
a
are
can
you
of
doing?
beans. That
Like,
that is the question.
are you really on his side or are you just doing something so that way you can flip the script? Like, it's like, I don't know.
My initial read on him joined the certain murder, and it has not changed from there to wherever to here to the end of this part, which is all I've seen. I have not seen the end of it yet, because it
Yeah.
doesn't exist yet. I'm firm on Camp Uryu sabotage. Because do you really want to tell me that Uryu joined the team of the guy who got his mother killed?
Yeah,
No,
doesn't seem
absolutely
right.
not. Absolutely not.
I don't buy it. Now, Uryu's got lots of reasons to hate Soul Reapers. I don't doubt it, but he's always had reasons to hate Soul Reapers. And yet he's
Yeah.
been a comrade with, he's helped with things that he wasn't even connected to with the execution arc.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he was still there, still doing the right thing. If he wanted Revenge of the Soul Reapers, I think he did when he was introduced. And, you know, even in the Soul Society arc. I think he moved past that a long time ago.
He
Eh.
probably did. I wouldn't be surprised.
I also don't think he has any real qualms about killing various Soul Reapers on the way to his eventual plan here.
I don't think it bothers him that much, although I think certain ones he'd care more than others.
Well, yes.
But I don't think he joined team guy who got his mom killed. That's the thing that I'm always going to stick with. I don't think that would have been him in any reality. And
Yeah,
he knows
too
it
bad
too.
for him. He's already signed the blood pact, though.
Yes, and that is the old $1,000,000 question. Why? Why did he do that?
Well, everybody
mean,
signed the blood pact. You can't
yeah.
grant that.
Yes, but like, did he see a way out of it?
By the way, side note, so you're telling me that chick's Bankai, the pretty much one of the most ultimate Bankais you could see, didn't work and it got turned on her? Like, I'm
Yeah,
like,
I don't get it.
I don't get it either. I'm like, I don't get it. I don't know about that. I don't feel like this was correct, but okay, sure. Like, that doesn't make any sense. So yeah, that one, that we're just gonna put that to the side because that doesn't matter anyways.
Yeah, pretty
But
much.
I don't know. I last thing, maybe it's just me, but I would have expected this guy that is quote unquote a soul king would actually put up a fight instead of just sitting there in a crystal.
Well, he's seems to be being used.
I mean, I get that he's like the center of all three, but it's like you build this guy up, the Soul King, this guy's the Soul King. He's the ultimate, blah 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 blah, and then he just sits there and takes a sword. That
I guess you don't form a squad zero if the Soul King can defend himself.
I mean, apparently you don't form a squad zero at all.
Well, here's your real question.
Holy
What
shit.
is a Soul King? Because I don't think he's making any rulings in that position inside a crystal.
No.
No.
So he's clearly not like a leader exactly.
But that's the
Yeah.
thing that kills me is it's like, okay, what? So I get it. So he anchors the three worlds. It's like, but what, what's the point of that then? Like, I don't think anybody. I mean, I guess I understand. Like, you have a squad zero to protect this guy, so that way, you know, if something like this happens, you have protection. Clearly, it didn't work, but you know, that's a whole nother conversation for another day. Um, but it's like, okay, it just seems pathetic to me. Like, I, I want somebody to like show up and like, oh no, I'm actually the Soul King and whoop some ass or something. Not like, oh, I got stabbed. Oh, now Ichigo killed me. Like, okay, all right, I guess.
I get the feeling this is a subversion thing. Like they're subverting your idea of what the Soul King is. It's
Yes,
not what we thought it was.
Yeah, and it built it up to be something that it was, so that we thought it was, and it's not, like you were saying. It just I'm like,
I mean, to be fair, all we knew is that the Soul King is up there. We didn't know
Yeah.
anything about him. Not a thing.
yeah. True. True, but you know, and it makes me think that maybe, God, I hate when I think this way, cuz like it's like he first saw Ichigo being born. So somehow he had some kind of hand in what Ichigo became too. I hate to think that way, but I mean, maybe that's what's going on. I don't know.
And Aizen's all like, "Join the club, bud."
Yeah. Did you see that one coming, Eisen?
Hmm. I'm sure
You
Aizen's
did.
there
You
going,
did the Quincy King's dirty work.
nice job, Aizen. Maybe we had Aizen fight. Just saying.
Maybe.
Would have been a good fight.
I mean,
I'd still rather see
maybe he-
Bobobo fight him though.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
And of course, it's extra amusing because they're both voiced by Richard Epcar.
Yes, that
Next-
would make that extra
next year-
fun.
Next, you're gonna want Hamtaro to fight him. Jesus Christ.
Well, Hamtaro was not voiced by Richard Epcar.
No, but if we want some more Richard Epcar, we could throw in Bato.
We had Bato,
Oh.
maybe Edamon.
Oh god, well, if we have like a legendary voice actor yelling at himself, that would be worth the crossover.
Absolutely.
Listen, if we're gonna go in that direction, I just want Tom with the Tom Saiga, and we'll be fine.
The Tom Saiga is bringing it back.
And by the way, God damn it, I want somebody, whoever's listening to this podcast at Adult Swim, because you follow the accounts. God damn it, I want a video now of Tom with a Tom Saiga. I'm putting that in the universe. I'm willing it. I willed the exosuit and I got it. So I'm gonna will this now.
He will will it into the 3 realms.
By the way, I think Jason just did that to shut me up, and now I'm shut up. I was shut up for a while.
For
So
a
what you're
while.
telling me is that when you give a mouse a cookie, he wants a glass of drink.
It's exactly what he's saying.
Wait,
Although that is an interesting question. If this is about the 3 realms, which of the 3 realms does Tom exist in? Where does he live?
Mm.
I'm pretty
realm of
sure
the
he's
living.
in the land of the living. Pretty sure.
Now he's broadcasting from Waco Mundo.
Broadcasting live from Waco Mundo. Now that's what I call Hollows 23.
In Waco Mundo, the only games you can play are Hollow Knight and Hollow Knight Silksong.
Oh my god, it would be hell for me.
My lord.
I'm the one guy that didn't really like Hollow Knight. Respect it. Good game. Just not my game.
Steven, what are your thoughts?
I gotta say, so episode 27, that was fantastic. I don't say that often about like shows, but that was fantastic. That was like 10 out of 10. It did feel extremely short because of that recap, but what was there was great. That Shinjimaru fighting her own Bankai was creepy and like really good. It was interesting that she did say like one forsaken by the Soul King. So there's something, even though like we know that was his father, there is something still there. Having the A stand for Almighty is kind of cool, but yeah, that was awesome. Everything within that. Kind of confused. Like what was that light coming out of Uru's chest or eyes or like his glasses? Like was that his power or something?
That
Or
was
just
the Sternritter energy, the
Oh, okay.
Volchanding.
They have some
We've
names.
seen it
don't they?
before. They do.
Oh, I was
gonna
gonna say
The
what-
Sternritter are Archangel's wet dream of a group because he loves saying German shit.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And
I was
then
gonna
go ahead.
I was gonna say it was Pink Eye.
Sturmritter.
Like I said.
German is fun to pronounce, and I dare anyone to say
Sturmritter.
otherwise.
And then let me see what else. Yeah, the A in this episode just stands for art because that was beautiful. Then
It was a
episode
very
12
artistic attack that Ichibei did.
Yeah, it was. And then episode 28, it's kind of like the memes. Wake up, babe. The Soul King's name just dropped. Along with the bottom half of his body as well.
Ooh.
I mean, yeah, that was something else. He pulled an Aizen on Ichigo. Everything was a part of his plans. I mean, I don't know. I have no words for that because it's like, yeah, that was. It's like it is it. So in Kamen Rider Gaim specifically, going off from my Kamen Rider tangent right now. Sorry for that. Kamen Rider Gaim is known collectively as Fruit Jesus. Because by the end of the show, he basically is Jesus. He's whatever. So I want to say Ichigo is basically anime Jesus because he's like everything is connected to him. Everything is doing it. He kills the Soul King. He now has to do this, it's all a part of, the plan and everything. So
I usually say Vasha
Yeah,
Stampede
okay.
is anime Jesus, but that's great.
Also, yes, but now, okay, someone needs to make some fan art of Ichigo pose like a Byzantine Christ figure with, I am the Alpha and the Omega.
it's
That
already
sort of
out there,
thing.
probably.
So, yeah, make like an icon in the
Yeah.
Greek Orthodox sense.
Um,
That's your
another
homework, folks.
Another thing that I have, that it was something else. It's not that there's no words for it, but it was interesting and fun to watch. Just him, just like unleashing his full powers and seeing Ichigo, using his full powers on to just to take the bad guy down, right? And to see how much power and how much growth that he has, that's really fun to see. And we know, like, the Soul King's dead. I do want to respond to you, Paul, by saying, you're saying that, like, that the Soul King needs to, like, defend himself. I mean, what do you expect him to do? He's encased in a crystal. Come on, let me unpetrify myself and grab the sword that's in my chest. That'll help. I mean, the guy's a spiritual paper right now, Paul. He doesn't, he's not doing anything else. If he blinks too hard, the universe collapses. I mean,
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, the way it was built up is like he was this ultimate power. So
Mhm.
like just to have him get stabbed, just I don't know. It's just
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm like, okay, that was it. So like a normal Soul Reaper could just go up there and be like, oh, swipe, and then dead.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's just I don't know.
If you
I
were to
didn't like
swipe at
that.
him, it wouldn't do anything because he's not all the things.
Yeah.
He's actually pretty invulnerable if you think about it.
He's encased in a giant red crystal. So yeah. Aside from that, it was almost like Ichigo was a sword in a stone, like just taking his sword out. And it's like, yeah.
He took the sword out of the stone and proceeded to cleave the stone in half.
Yep, he got Excalibur. But I do have a theory,
Ooh.
which I think I said it before. I think they're just planning on making Ichigo the Soul King. I mean, why else would you kill the Soul King, have nothing there, and then say he's like basically anime Jesus, and that's it. Like they were training him from
Well-
the first time when he came up there to be the Soul King, and he just is dumb as bricks, and he doesn't understand it.
All right, Soul King. So here's how it goes. Your replacement is gonna kill you. What? Ichigo, the battery's dead. Now you have to be the battery.
Yep.
Well, okay. I mean, is there any hint that there's any governance required for the Soul King, or does he literally just have to be the paperweight?
Is a question.
He's
'Cause
an
if there
architecture
is-
feature now.
Yeah, because right, but back before that,
He's got
because
the
if there is some sort of
whole
governance, you could do a
world
lot
in
worse than
his
someone who doesn't really understand anything except right and wrong. You could do a lot worse than a ruler, I must say.
Eh. Yeah, gonna be interesting to see what happens next. Theoretically, everything goes boom. There's already a significant amount of going boom, but not quite absolute destruction yet.
They add one more world into the Bleach's world. We'll have the opening to Avatar.
Oh boy. Well, Laser, what are your words of wisdom regarding these episodes of Bleach?
I think they're really interesting. I really enjoy the oh god, what did I do fact with Ichigo, as I mentioned. I think it's really interesting that everyone has a different thought about the Soul King, and I think that's telling you this show's giving us a compelling narrative because we're all wondering. We're all having different theories, wondering what's going on. Why is this happening? I totally get like the okay, Ichigo, this is why you're everything, but I feel like there's going to be more to it than that.
I hope so. Also, when you said, what have I done? I'm like, oh no. In that moment, cue the Linkin Park. Sure, Ichigo has a Linkin Park playlist going in his head all the time. He's such an angsty young man.
He really is. But I mean, that's kind of the story in the show in general. This whole part, one thing I do want to bring attention to, this third core of Thousand Year Blood War is my favorite out of all three. And also it's my favorite intro and ending. In fact, that ending, Monochrome, when we did awards at the end of the year last year, I put that on my list for top ending because Monochrome is so good.
That was a good ending, and we actually got the full one on Toonami once.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. That was going to be a question. I was going to ask if you guys got to
which
hear
is
the whole thing.
unusual. They don't usually give you the full ending, except
They've
for
been doing that
maybe
more and more lately.
maybe the
more
last
full stuff.
episode, if it
Yeah.
if it bleeds into something. But yeah,
But
we got the full opening and the full ending that first episode, I believe.
I'm just really happy we're here. I didn't think we were going to get part 3 this quickly after parts 1 and 2 right back to back.
No, that was really
but
fast.
It's nice.
Just about a year old.
Yeah, just about. And part 4 is not even out yet. It's about to be out soonish, like next year. And we'll probably get
soonish is in like summer at the earliest.
Yes, ish being a very ishy-ish. But like, man, I'm just floored we're getting all of it, and I'm happy we're getting all of it. And we'll get the last part of it. If we got all this, we're gonna get that last part eventually on Toonami.
Sure. Yeah, we'll get it eventually. And it might even be pretty fast.
It could be. It could be.
I mean, by then, I don't think Hulu's going to care that much.
No, probably not.
But I figure they'll do this season and then they'll rerun all 3. And then they'll play the 4th one.
That makes sense.
Something
And
like
yeah,
that.
this is this is gonna get real good real fast.
All I gotta say is I'm very glad that they moved on to the next part because that was a terrible place to stop.
Part 2, yeah, be me. Wait a year between those.
I guess that might be the some of the ramification of expanding the role of Squad Zero. It's kind of a
Yeah.
weird place to stop. On the other hand, if it had stopped when this happened,
Oh, that would have been so mean.
that would have been brutal.
Oh God, I can't even imagine that. It's just like, yes, I killed the Soul King. Ichigo, no, you killed the Soul King. Oh, oops.
Oops.
Dang it!
Big oops. Oh, now you got to deal with feeling bad about ending all reality.
Oh boy!
It's, that's quite the burden to bear.
Indeed.
Yeah. Woo! Quite the show.
If anybody that didn't quite make it through part 2, I think part 3 is better than part 2. So hopefully you guys give it another shot. If not, I understand. Bleach, 1,000 Year Blood War. I warned everyone when it started. It's mean.
It's certainly not nice.
No. At this point, you understand why I said what I said when it happened. It's just like, oh God, if you have certain characters who are your favorite, I am so sorry.
Definitely wondering if some of the zombies ever get unzombified. Because if not, that's
Yeah.
a pretty lousy way to go.
I can answer that, but I won't do it on the podcast.
I don't want to know yet.
All right. But
Yeah.
that does mean the answer to that question is in this part.
Okay. Well, I can wait for that. It won't be too long.
Nah.
Yep. We'll keep trucking along. Next podcast we'll be talking about 2 episodes of Blue Exorcist and an episode of Mashle. And then we'll probably take a break because
2 weeks from now, it's gonna be Christmas time.
yeah, it's it's gonna be Christmas. It's gonna be Christmas. So yeah, we'll do an episode on the 16th, maybe the 17th, and then we'll take the 23rd, 24th, 25th off. You know, it's Christmas. Depending on how many off weeks Toonami has. So far, we only know that there'll be some kind of programming interruption on the 27th. Strong possibility there will also be something on the 3rd of January because, like, what are the odds they'll only take 1 week off? But they could. They have a pretty stacked lineup, so there's really no reason to wait. But I kind of feel like they'll take the 3rd off. And I'm kind of hoping that they do so that we have a little breathing room because it's been a lot.
It has absolutely been a lot.
And hopefully Kuro can join us for the next Blue Exorcist conversation. Though I think I think we did all right. We as in Steven, Sam Clutters and I. We certainly had a conversation last week.
I think you guys did. I think you guys
That
did
was
a good job.
that was a couple episodes of Blue Exorcist, let me tell you.
Yes, it was.
Oh, you know.
Oh, I know. I
You know.
know. I got a message from Sam while you guys were recording. God damn it, Yukio. And I just literally sent him my title card from Simuldub Saints. It's literally, damn it, Yukio.
Yeah. Never has there been a moment more reflecting that particular thought.
It was that exact arc where I did that, so
And
yeah.
he really had me going there for a second.
He did, didn't he?
That's disturbing. But everything he's done up until now just gotta have you wondering.
I always wonder about that guy.
Yeah. One more just kind of silly, amusing observation. I forgot to mention this last time we talked about Bleach because this is when it first happened. But since they recapped basically the whole previous episode or the whole episode 26, I have to point out the amusement of Shinjimaru's Bankai, how she kept on referring to how many Hanks. And I'm like, I'll tell you what.
Propane and propane accessories.
Adult Swim doesn't have King of the Hill anymore.
Aww.
There will be no
I'm not even a
Hanks.
big fan, but I love the memes.
It's always a
It's
cozy
fine.
show.
It's good. It's good.
It's good watching, just background.
I agree with
What
that.
have you. I mean, I kind of hate to say that because I don't like the trend of programming becoming background noise. Like, oh, this isn't second screen enough, so we gotta no.
Well,
Don't design things to be partially watched.
it's fine to have those exist, but that shouldn't be the norm.
No.
It should be an
No.
accident, not
Yeah.
deliberate.
And boy, I can't wait for more Warner Brothers shows to be more second screen because that's what Netflix is all about.
Oh God. Well, maybe Paramount will save us with that hostile takeover.
Save us.
Save us in quotes. Save us in quotes. It's a lesser of two weevils.
In the in
I'm
our
not
previous
sure.
conversation that was quite long, so I don't want to belabor this. Well, we didn't know at the time that Netflix was going to be the winning bidder. And they are. So technically right now they are in sole negotiations with Warner Brothers Discovery, but Ellison is not taking that lightly and is trying and having a tantrum and
That's
doing
exactly what he's doing.
attempting a hostile takeover. Which
Ugh.
I want to stress that maybe in the previous episode I was a bit more pro Paramount, but I don't know. Everything I hear about what Ellison has been up to with Skydance Paramount makes me think that would be absolutely awful.
Whenever you're dealing with giant companies like this, the question isn't who's the good guy. They're all the bad guy. But are you dealing with Eisen
Who's the
or
less
are you
bad
dealing
guy?
Are you dealing with Eisen or Yubaha?
Yeah, kinda. I think at the very least, Netflix would be the least amount of layoffs, theoretically.
Hard to say.
Uh,
They'd certainly say that. I recall a certain other company named
These people
Microsoft
lie like they breathe.
that said,
Yeah.
"Oh, we legally promise we won't fire anyone from Activision." Oh, they fired everyone from Activision.
We promise
I-
it won't affect Game Pass's prices.
It affected
they
Game
worried about
Pass's
that, too.
price. Yeah.
Well, that wasn't
would-
really the acquisition, at least not yet. That was the overlords demanding blood for
Oh,
the
and
blood
that's
god.
well, that's
Right.
all of the problems that they're having is Microsoft decided to be a little more.
Yeah, well, we need another
derogatory.
round of trust busting, is what this boils.
We
down.
absolutely do.
No kidding.
This is the 1920s all over again. Let's get. Where's Teddy Roosevelt? Let's go.
Paul really wants
So-
to talk about this.
Yes. Oh, yes, please. Well, I don't want to take this too long, Sketch, because I don't want you to lose out on sleep. But
Hurry up.
it's really interesting to me because so Paramount launches this hostile takeover, whatever it's called, and
It's just looking petty at this point.
immediately, and this is what made me go, okay. Is one of the Netflix CEOs is like, oh yeah. By the way, we're not going to change theatrical windows. You just said a day or two ago that you were going to change windows. I'm like, oh, okay. So, are you scared that Paramount's gonna overtake you, or what's going on? I mean, let's face facts here. And it's interesting because I've been in taking all this information. One of the things I got out of this was there's this theory that Warner Brothers is doing this because they think that the Netflix deal is going to go through. And if that happens, Netflix owes them like just over $5 billion because the deal didn't go through. So that's money in their pocket.
Which, by the
And then
way,
they-
if they go with Paramount, they have to pay Netflix like $2 billion.
Ooh.
Is it Warner Brothers that has to do that?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
that's the
And
trade-off.
so, and then Warner Brothers still gets to break it into two halves. That's the going theory. I was like, oh, that's interesting. And to be honest with you, I mean, there's already one lawsuit that's dropped. So one thing I really wanted to get out there. I mean, I don't want to go into these two different deals and whatever. We can spend a podcast on that, which I'm more than willing to do without Sketch there if he doesn't want to be part of that. No offense. Sketch needs a break. But
Yes, I do.
I don't know. It's I don't think people realize, because see, when you hear this line come out of, oh, Netflix bought Warner Brothers, everybody thinks it's done. It's not. This
No,
is
it's not even
Oh
close
no,
to
it's a
done.
starting.
No, no,
That's a
no.
starting line.
So let's give perspective to this. This is gonna at least, this isn't gonna happen for at least a year if it does. And then you got to add any lawsuits that come up. You got to add this FCC investigation that is probably going to happen. Not to mention, even if it were to pass here in the United States, it has to pass overseas in the international market, which is very, very likely not to pass there. Because unlike here, where more people are watching streaming, there the theater business is thriving a lot better, and it's one of the lifelines for businesses out there. So I don't know, like, you may get something weird happening here where, let's say the United States approves it but overseas doesn't. Now what do you do? Because Netflix can't own the company just in the US and then not own it internationally. So now you gotta, it not now that becomes fuzzy.
You spin off a company to handle most of the world, and you give Netflix a however many year distribution exclusivity and redistribution for the United States.
So,
But
but
I mean,
here's the thing.
I
Now
don't know anything about business. That's just logic.
they might do something like that, but I think more or less what would end up happening is Netflix would be forced into having to do um some kind of thing where they would have to be like a Warner Brothers in a sense. They would keep their, they would probably do something like what Universal's doing, and I explained this the other day, but to make it simple, if a movie does well, it stays in theaters. If it just bombs, it goes directly to streaming shortly after. To be honest with you guys, I don't have a problem with that.
Well, that's just the way movies have always been, except it's streaming instead of video cassette.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is it skips the home video market.
Well, right, and
Well,
they should
you
be
could do-
doing that,
You
but
could do those too, but
Netflix
Yeah.
very rarely does that.
maybe
and
it's
then
time someone made them start.
so I mean, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I mean, this is going to be going on. Also realize that the CEO of IMAX, he's already come out and he said, and I quote, Warner Brothers has contractual obligations already set up through 2029. So even if Netflix does get this in the next year or two, they can't sit there and break those contracts. They could try, but they're going to be spending a shit ton of more money by doing that.
Right. Well, let's assume that they do, follow the contracts. That's 4 years, and then after that, that's a 4-year time bomb way to explode.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you right now, if Netflix has to, even if Netflix is able to do this, they're going to face lawsuits if they do any fucking thing. They're going to have theater companies, Regal, Cinemark, and AMC come to mind. Well, Cineworld, but whatever. They're going to come after them, and they're going to come after them hard if they try to do anything with these theatrical windows, and they're going to get shot in a bad way. So that's coming. But the last thing I wanted to talk about, which is very interesting, and I think this will catch Sketch's ears, and maybe some of you guys' ears. There was something that I read tonight that was interesting that the other CEO of Netflix said, because there's a dual CEO position. It's very weird. What he said was it was buried in it, but it said that they weren't just getting Warner Brothers because of the movies and the distribution. They were also doing it to have a better way of providing their content to third parties. That caught my eye because I was like, wait a minute. So you want to become like, for example, Funimation. So Netflix's series have always stayed on Netflix for the most part and leaves the streamer, right? So now you have this thought of, okay, Netflix has Stranger Things, for example. Well, I want to make more money on Stranger Things, so I'm going to say to, let's say, because they won't have the networks. Let's say TNT wants it. Now they can go because they have somebody that knows how to do that the correct way, and for them to make more money because guess what? Netflix is trying to make money.
You think the only reason Netflix has not done syndicated deals more often is because they don't really have the infrastructure?
Yeah.
So, Paul, if you would buy a whole company just for that, I mean, I don't doubt that maybe that's a consideration, but if that's all they wanted,
the reason.
you know what you do? You headhunt a couple of people and turn them loose.
Yeah. Well, I think
I could see, because Warner Brothers Television will be part of Warner Brothers Studios. I could see Netflix using Warner Brothers Television as a distribution line for Netflix shows and Warner Brothers shows going forward. I could see that.
Yeah.
I just don't believe that they needed Warner Brothers Television to be able to do that, because they have done syndicated deals before. So I always
maybe
felt
it's
like
a
they
question
just
of,
didn't
as long as we're
to.
buying this, the thing. Well, I mean, yeah.
But on the other hand, I'm guessing that in order to keep regulators happy, they need to be like, we promise that Warner Brothers Television will still distribute to other streaming services and networks.
That might be a thing.
So I'm not. So I want to make it clear. Like I'm not saying that's the only reason they're purchasing it. I just found that very interesting that he was talking about that, because it's like
fair.
Because it was like okay, so now you don't want it just for the movies, not just for the archiving, but you want this too. That kind of caught my eye to being like, okay.
Well, we also talked about how Netflix doesn't have a theatrical distribution system, and Warner Brothers
that
does
too. But and here's the thing
that's
too.
a bigger piece of the pie, really.
Here's the thing too. So what makes me sit here and go, when they sit there and they say they want to change the window, it makes me sit there and think to myself, you're not morons, okay? You want to put this in movie theaters because in one of these movies takes off. What were we gonna say? I'm sorry.
No, you said they're not morons. I'm like,
well, maybe they are.
Go on.
They're not morons in this respect.
In this respect, okay.
They understand that it would be bad for business to not put movies in theaters.
Well,
because
it's
movies are
that's the thing.
very expensive. And
Yeah.
Sam made an excellent point in the previous conversation that you can't make back that money on just streaming. They're way too expensive.
They lose. It's the same thing when like Disney does, and maybe that's why they're putting the next well, it should be this still a TV series, but um the Mandalorian and Gru, I mean that's going to be in theaters this summer. um it's you're understanding that you're spending millions of dollars on something. Yes, you're putting it on streaming, but those are subscriptions. And yes, you're making money on commercials, but are you really making enough money to not just make this series, but the hundreds, maybe thousands of other series that you're also doing that are costing millions of dollars? You're not. So I don't think Netflix in this sense is a moron, because if they're buying this to do this, they're not going to just do it for Warner Brothers. They're going to do it for their own movies as well. And I don't think it's a bad idea for them to do, and I've said this before and I'm going to say this again, to do something like what Amazon was doing already. Amazon was paying theaters to put some of their movies on screen for a couple weeks, and then it would go on the streaming service. But in this sense, again, you heard me say paying them. I'm not saying they're paying them millions of dollars, but they're paying them to have it on screen to get people to go, okay, I want to go watch this. By the way, guess what's coming in 2029 to Netflix? The second movie of K-pop Demon Hunters. If you have this deal done by then, now you can appease Sony and put this on screen, and we're all going to think the same thing. This is going to make millions of dollars, billions of dollars at this point. It's going to do what Zootopia is doing right now. It's going to do what Wicked 2 is doing right now. It's going to blow up the box office. And you would be incredibly stupid not to make your budget back and all those millions of dollars and then put it on streaming and make that money. By the way, to your point, Laser, when it comes to a K-pop Demon Hunters, they should be doing physical distribution. They would be really fucking
stupid. Really should.
And
but there's
already
a lot of things they should be doing for physical distribution that they could be doing for physical distribution, but they're not.
Yeah,
no, and they're not. And that's
they really should have a home video release for K-pop Demon Hunters. If they don't, that's stupid.
and they really haven't talked about that as far as Warner Brothers goes, but maybe that might be an idea down the road as well. I'm not saying they're going to go full scale like it used to be, but if you have something that hits it out of the park, why wouldn't you want to have something physical? Because there's still people out there that like physical, and there's a market for it. When there's not a market for it, then don't do it. But there's still a market out there for it. It's the same reason why people go and they get video games still, a physical copy of it. Because guess what? Once that game gets taken away digitally, which we've seen, how are you supposed to play that game that you paid 60, 70,
It can
maybe even
happen
$100
any
for?
day, anytime.
Exactly.
This is
Without
why
warning.
you buy on GOG.
Yep.
Wow.
So-
I say that, but I'm a hypocrite. I buy on Steam, which I trust, but
no.
technically that could go away.
I'm
Yeah,
not.
Sure will.
That's why
I'm
you buy it for rental prices.
so I'm not. So I'm not saying I want Netflix to buy them, but I understand what they're trying to do. They
I don't
just need
want
to make sure they
anybody
do
to
this the
buy
right
them.
way.
Just split up the companies
I
and just they'll function.
Yeah.
I think what's going to end up happening is one of two things. I think that what's going to happen is there's going to be so much fighting that it's going to come down to where it's going to be the split, and then Warner Brothers gets paid because Netflix won't get it, and or somebody else that wasn't in the conversation will be in the conversation. I don't know who that is. I mean, what was it? There was a couple companies online that were joking. I know Tubi was like, "I got $36. Can we buy it?" So it's like, so.
Oh my
But I'm
gosh,
not saying
Tubi, you beautiful bastards.
who was
Classic
the other
Tubi.
one who was the other one that was messing around? There was somebody else. There was some other company that was fooling around and said, "Oh, I have $35 or whatever." Um, but
$35 per share.
and then Tubi retweeted it or quote
Guys.
retweeted it and that I got $36.
Guys,
Um,
once the cable networks are all split off to their own company, I hear that's going to be worth like $1 per stock.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh.
Time to invest.
That's it. Run the
But-
pool. We're gonna own
Buy
Toonami
the
soon.
dip.
That's right.
But I mean, there was talk out there that we were talking about the other day, like, maybe like an Apple, like a dark horse, like Apple comes in and tries to do it. Or maybe even, you may see like Netflix take one and then Paramount somehow takes the networks. I don't know.
Oh,
We'll see.
please no. Oh, that's the worst of all.
I mean, but and here's the thing.
Well, then
One
that's probably
final
what'll
thought.
happen.
One final thought, because this is something that I noticed too in some of these articles. Somebody said, I don't know if it was like one of the board members or whatever, but they had said the reason they didn't go with Paramount after Netflix dropped their huge amount was because of the Saudi money. So it's like, oh,
That's
so
an
if you had
understandable reason not to.
so if they hadn't done that, they might be the one in the lead right now. And now this one, what is it, $108 billion deal, I think it is, or whatever. Now, is it Trump's son or is it Trump's son-in-law? I think it is Jared Kushner. Yeah, Jared Kushner is also involved in this deal with Paramount for the 108. So it's like, does that convince Trump to go with them?
So the
or
Russians are
something?
buying it?
I guess. I don't know. Well, it's the Saudis and the Russians.
I'm just gonna
go there.
just bite my tongue because I have views and this is not the place.
Like,
No. Yeah. We're not going to go deeply political. Don't worry.
I see nothing good happening to the programming of Warner Brothers Discovery under Paramount.
No.
Skydance. I do not see anything good from that.
I don't know if I see good in either one. I mean, I see interesting things more from Netflix, and I see some things that could be
I
positives.
feel like Netflix would be more hands off, at least.
Maybe.
I don't know.
But it's. I don't know. I am more of the.
Maybe
kind of-
Comcast is
like
the
you.
best option.
Oh my god.
Well, it's funny because like you don't hear anything about Comcast right now. It's like, did you guys even try? Like, I understand
Not
you
really.
dropped some money, but did you try? Like, did you even think that this would work? Because out of the three, I mean, I think that's the smaller one, and it's like that probably would have made more sense than the other one. Because honestly, that's
I mean,
Universal
combining Universal Pictures and Warner Brothers
is
kind of a
huge.
huge deal.
Yeah, that would have been huge. And I don't know. I mean, it's interesting. So we'll see what happens, but I'll go into this in a deeper podcast because I really haven't gone too deep with this, but
The short shit's
Yeah.
crazy, and
Shit's
it's probably not.
crazy.
It's probably not going to affect Toonami much in the coming year, except there could be a budget freeze.
This is so far out, so much to be determined. I'm not too worried about Toonami for at least a couple years.
yeah, I'm not worried about Toonami. That's the biggest thing out of this. I think everybody wants to hear. I don't see anything happening to Toonami for at least a year, probably two.
I'd agree
I don't.
with you on that.
Gonna make it to
I
the
don't.
30th.
Gosh.
Oh gosh,
my
we're
God.
old.
God.
Yeah.
I was in high school. I was 16.
Yeah.
So
And
Now I'm old man.
I'm not going to
over
say
here.
there's zero chance that this will get brought up in the next podcast, but I mean, if Kuro's there, she's probably not going to let us.
So we got it out of the way while we could.
we're gonna do a separate thing. Sketch, don't.
Oh.
Yeah, well, you record and edit it.
You know what? Deal.
Okay.
And if we do a
Our
state of if we do a state of Toonami thing, deal.
Okay.
Absolutely deal.
10-hour podcast incoming.
All right. You could email us at com. Follow us on Facebook.com/Toonami Faithful Podcast and on Twitter at Toonami Podcast. You can listen to the podcast on just about everything, including Apple Podcasts, Castbox, Deezer, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Overcast, Podbay, Podbean, Podcast Addict, Radio.com, Spotify, and the TuneIn app. You can find every episode of this podcast to stream online at the same place they found the encrypted clinical trials on Lazarus, SoundCloud.com/Toonami Faithful Podcast. You can also go to ToonamiFaithful.com to find episodes of the podcast. You can get the latest news by following at ToonamiFaithful.com on Blue Sky and at Toonami News on Twitter, and read the news, views, and reviews on ToonamiFaithful.com. Ark, I know you don't want to say much, but tell the folks where they can hear you.
You can hear me with Laser Kid on the Simuldub Saints, which is primarily on YouTube and a few other places, and some dodgy ones as well. LK will give you the specifics in just a moment.
What, you got him on OnlyFans?
We wish.
Pornhub?
No, that was actually one of the funniest things I ever heard was when, if anyone remembers Yahtzee Croshaw, when he was he published his first book. This is back when I still watched Zero Punctuation. He said, available now from all fine book retailers and some dodgy ones. And I thought, that's great. So
Some
that
dodgy
was my
ones. That
attempt
is-
to channel
that. Is
that.
good. I like that. I do like that. Yes, Laser. Tell the folks where they can find you.
Well, you can find me on Twitter at LaserKid Prime. You can find me on Blue Sky at LaserKid. And as mentioned, you can find me on me and Ark's podcast, The Simuldub Saints. Simuldub Saints on YouTube and Spotify podcasts if you prefer audio. That does push out to several other podcasting platforms. So if it has a podcast and Spotify can push out to it, it's there. Unfortunately, we don't get to hang out with the cool cats on SoundCloud, but we can wear a lot of other places, and you can also find the social media for them on for Simuldub Saints rather on Twitter and Blue Sky at Simuldub Saints.
And Steven, tell the folks where they can find you.
You can find me perpetually on the internet. On the internet under MXA Ghost. You want to follow me? You can. You don't want to follow me? I don't care.
He's on the perpetual internet machine.
Indeed.
Forever and ever.
And Paul, where can they find you?
Well, you can find me going down the rabbit hole way too much and Sketch yelling at me. But other than that, you can find me on X, Blue Sky. Just search Paul Pascrillo. You can email me, paulpascrillo at ToonamiFaithful.com.
I don't think I yelled even once this time.
You did not. You did not. You were a good boy.
Not about that conversation anyway. All the yelling was Bleach.
Oh, Bleach. Why are you Bleach?
You can find me on Twitter at Sketch1984. You can also look me up on Blue Sky, Sketch1984. Thank you all for listening, whether you tuned in live or are listening to the podcast after the fact. We hope you enjoyed the conversation. Obviously, there are things that we talked about that could be talked about in another capacity time. Let you know when that's going to happen. But until next time... Wait, I forgot the thing. Thank you all for listening. We always appreciate your listenership. Be sure to... I'm tired. Be sure to let your... Be sure to... Bleh, bleh, be sure to let Sketch sleep. How much of this will I edit out? We'll find out.
Next time
On the next
Dragon Ball
episode.
Z.
On the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Oh boy, oh boy. Yes. Thank you all for listening. Be sure to share the podcast with your friends if you think they would be interested. We always appreciate your listenership. And until next time, try not to end all three realms at once. Why don't you?
Next time on Mashle, Mash Burn Dead and a Prince of Tennis.
Mana Mana Dane.